It's a 12-inch whisk, so I want to be able to move my whisk in almost any direction in this case, so we'll just do a 12-inch cut. That's one. Okay, I used some caps. I have 3 caps. Be nice if I had 4, but I don't. The caps can stay on it. They make it look pretty. You can also take all the marking off with just a little sandpaper off of any of these things. In this case, I'm going to use a different piece here just for the space. I don't happen to have it. Now I'm going to put them both together. So I'm going to put one of them right here in the vise. What you want to do is you want to have a bit of a space between these. So the first thing I'm going to do is just put them in like this. You can pre-drill a hole. See, I drilled a little hole here. Makes things go really easy. Take it like that. Put them together. The reason I'm doing this is just to hold these 2 pieces of pipe together. And I don't like to fight with screws, so I always take and just pre-drill something. That gives me an easy way of starting a screw. Okay, I'm in my pre-drilled hole. Keep it nice and straight. And I pulled them together. I'm going to do the same thing on the other end here. Hopefully you can see this. Yep. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and pre-drill a hole, and then I'm just going to sink another screw in, and that's the main part of the antenna. Okay, what we have is a nice space between this. One element's going to go on one of these posts. The other element's going to go on the other part of the post, right here. So we can just hold that up. And again, we're going to pre-drill the holes. Okay, I made a couple marks. I'm going to go at a right angle here. They're down 2 inches. This is a 7/32 drill bit. I'm going to go straight through. And on the other side. You need some spacing between your elements. 1.5 inches is about the minimum on the elements. Now, for simplicity, I like to put these, I like to put these screws in opposing sides. So one goes in on one side. This, by the way, is an 8 by 32 times 1.5 inches. And if you use that 7/32 bit, it starts and it makes its own little threads all the way through, which is really a nice time saver for you. That's one in one direction. And one in the other. And I will show you in a minute how to make your attachment wire. I've already got one pre-made. This is part of this wire. You buy the shortest piece of wire you can. Again, it's RG6. You're going to use this end. It's going to attach right to your amplifier, and this end is going to be your pickups. As you can see, I trimmed it back. You've got the inside wire that really carries the signal. You scrape back any of the insulation because you don't want it to short out. At some point you're going to attach everything with a 1-inch washer, so you don't want the washer to touch the metal the outer part, which is going to carry the rest of the signal. Okay, so we're going to put one. What I'm going to do also, I might want to use these caps. Let's see if we can see the caps in the picture. Yep. So I may want to have a few washers just for fun right here to build this out beyond the cap. So in this case I'm going to take 3 little washers. I'm going to go ahead and put this through from one side here. Guess I'll come up above that. All right, I've already twisted the end. Now one more little washer right here. That'll make me a nice connection. I'm going to put a nut on this. We're going to tighten that up. Nice and tight. You want to even to flatten things a little bit. Then I'm going to take a 1-inch washer, put it here, hang this for a minute. You'll notice that the 1-inch washer just fits absolutely perfectly to the whisk handle, which makes it really easy to tighten this all up. So there's your 1-inch washer. Put the whisk handle. Make a sandwich with another washer. Okay. Use a wing nut. Take it up at about, you're not going to want a 90 degree, you're going to want this probably at about 60 degrees from each other. So that's 60 degrees there. Put your wing nut on, it's nice and tight. Okay, we're going to go ahead and do the other side. See, it sticks out by itself here. We've got our negative here. Again, I'm going to build it out a little bit. Put my little negative connection on there. Use another little washer to keep it from twisting when you tighten it. This will want to move so it slides better with another washer. Put the nut on the bolt. Sorry, they're bolts and nuts, they're not screws and nuts. It's a bolt. The one through there is a screw that holds this together, but these are bolts. Although they call them machine screws for some reason. Okay, we're almost done. I drop one big 1-inch washer on it. Another one of these on, pull it out to the edge of the washer. Put it on, see it's nicely clamped in here. Voila, very simple antenna. Let's see how it works. That's about how it looks. I like to leave one of these open on the bottom because if you want to put it on a little PVC pole, you can just use a coupler, 3/4 inch coupler, and jam it right on the pole. You can move it around and aim it a little bit. This unit here is going to be more sensitive in between in this direction. It'll do a good job on the back end and it'll pick up some things around it. But this one in particular is going to want to have a little focus area out this way. Okay, now we're going to test the 2 whisk antenna right there. I'll put it up on the roof for the first test. There's just 2 little whisks sitting up there. Okay, I've got, this is a test of the 2-element antenna, just 2 whisks up on the top of the roof on a temporary mount, and they're focused towards the Tampa area. We're going to see how they do in a minute here. The 2 whisk antenna is actually doing better than my 16 whisk antenna at this point. If not just as good as far as finding stations. It's found 66 stations, which is just unbelievable. The 2 whisk antenna got almost all the channels as it was pointed towards Tampa. And it's even getting, channel 36 is Fort Myers and Naples on the side of that antenna, and it's straining just a little bit to get channel 26, but even that's in right now, which is just amazing. I'm sure they'll come and go during the day, but right now this is channel 20. Again, 20 is down in Naples, Fort Myers area. 16, which is in solid, that's in Tampa. WUSF, Tampa. "13" is a movie channel, again, Tampa. That's channel 8. There's 4 channel 8s in Tampa. And this is WEDU, which I love watching, again in Tampa. Let's see what the signal strength might even look like on WEDU, because that's not a real powerful channel. It shows that the signal is good, all the way from Tampa. Thing here is I found that the 2 egg beaters, which is here and here, don't work nearly as well as 4 of them do. The 4 egg beater antenna got about the same amount of stations, but they were much more stable. Got 3 or 4 more in this location, but the stability was there in 2 different directions, both Tampa and Fort Myers. So that's all you have to do is add another one. I also was using a shorter egg beater and a long one. In multiple arrays, that works better, but in a single array, 2 12-inch egg beaters work great. Better than the short and the long. So all you do is get 4 12-inch egg beaters, put them on. This shouldn't be at 90 degrees for really good reception. They can be more like at about 60 degrees or so, or rather, I found that the best reception is to have the egg beaters opposing each other, but a little bit more than 60 degrees. I'm sorry, a little bit more than, but a little bit more than 90 degrees. Maybe 120 degrees from top to bottom, like this. This right here, probably these could do about the best at 60 degrees right here. And we'll keep them opposing at 60 degrees. So that's what I think works the best, 60 degrees and on a single mast antenna, 4 egg beaters that are the same size, 12 inches. And the complete system uses an outdoor antenna amplifier. That's why we had the short amount of wire coming down. Without an outdoor antenna amplifier, the system doesn't work very well. This amplifier is purchased at Walmart. It was $20. On the ground, of the 4 egg beater 12-inch egg beater antenna. This setup is easy. In the back here, this is the little power injector. It gives the voltage over to the amplifier right here. It's on the bottom of the antenna where that goes in, the Walmart amplifier. And there's the 4 egg beaters in front of the house on the ground on a little pole.
The summertime convection, and we see some of these showers and storms even out over the waters. But as far as right now, things are quiet. Close to Palmdale, we've got a couple of little